I just saw Glass because that came out this weekend. So yeah, I saw it relatively soon. And I want to talk about it real quick. This was starting from the beginning, this was a good movie. And if you're clever, you've detected a inevitable but at the end of that. It was a good movie, but the ending was not fantastic. This wasn't a bad movie. It was good, in fact. I enjoyed it. But there were some problems. Parts of it were messy. There are two problems, really. One of which is it adds... No, really, there's one problem. It's written by Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan? Shyamalan? M. Night made this movie, and he had to Shyamalan it. Ironically, for someone who's so famous for twists, this was very predictable. Like, there's going to be a twist here. What's the twist going to be? There was one twist that was supposed to be a big deal. No spoilers in this, but it was like, I kind of saw that in the Split movie. Like, I kind of guessed at it. I I don't see how it was a surprise, and how everything... God, I'm going to have to do a spoiler-rich review just to explain half the crap in this. Anyway, the problems with it are he has to put in that twist. He has to have a twist ending at the end, to a fault in this case. It is to the detriment of the film. The big twisty reveal at the end, the first part of it was neat, but the end of it was kind of... didn't make a lot of sense. Without getting into any reveals on this, because the whole point of a Shyamalan film is that the big reveals, the big surprises at the end. The most of the movie is good. In fact, when it gets to the characterization part, it's just character development. It's just Kevin, the Split guy, James McAvoy, who's fantastic in this. Sarah Paulson is very good in this. I didn't think she was as amazing as some other people felt she was, but I thought she was pretty good. Samuel L. Jackson is great when he finally shows up, and Bruce Willis is Bruce Willis. His acting isn't blowing me over these days. Anyway, it's mostly James McAvoy carried this film. There's a good... I say third of this film where it's mostly James McAvoy acting the hell. Chewing the scenery doesn't begin to describe this. He's just there, he's on, and he does amazing work in this. Samuel L. Jackson's character doesn't do a whole lot till kind of closer to the end, like near somewhere around the halfway mark or something like that. And then Bruce Willis is kind of... he does some actually cool stuff at the very beginning of it, but then he's kind of like on hold, pause, whatever. There's some... this movie has Shyamalan... I feel like they need to put it in air quotes, dialogue, where parts of it seem so awkward. It takes you out of the film. Like, why are people talking like this? This is so strange. Like, this doesn't make sense that this is how people would react to a particular situation. That happened multiple times in this movie. Once again, giving nothing away. The way this film ends, this film could just end. Like, it could just stop right here and not go any further. And that might be for the best. The Shyamalan twists aren't helping these movies anymore. There was... I mean, it wasn't even a twist so much near the end. There was multiple twists, and one of them was big and stupid, made no sense, and had no emotional impact because there was no build-up to it. One was neat because it was Mr. Glass being clever and an evil, villainous mastermind. That part's great. The other reveal involving Kevin, now that I think about it, there's one for each guy. The one involving Kevin was... I saw that the last movie. I figured that one out. I was so assumed everyone else figured it out that when it was when characters started acting like it was an enormous revelation, it just made me utterly confused. I was like, wasn't that obvious to everyone? But whatever. How do I review these damn movies? What are the odds you'll see it and not like it? It is. There are very good parts to this film. It has great ingredients. But there are some places where it is a bit trying, and the end gets a little goofy in places. So I'd say odds you would see it and not like it. Not terrible. Like 1 in 3? Like I could see 1 in 3 people being like annoyed with this film, particularly if they're younger, in my mind. Because a lot of this film is, remember the movie Unbreakable? Remember those 2 characters from Unbreakable, the 2 main characters? They're back together again. So it's kind of relying on nostalgia, just flat out. I mean, that's what it's building on. If you don't feel nostalgic to this, and the second act of this film drags for you, like you really don't get into the character building and the characterization, and if for some reason McAvoy isn't doing it for you, this is going to be a drag. You're not going to come out of this film a happy character. So 1 in 3. Do I want to see this film again? Maybe, maybe not. I could see this film again. This isn't one. In theory, a Shyamalan film is perfect for rewatching, because now it's like, I know what the big thing is, I know where the secrets are, now I can watch them, fall into place. Now I can see it with it completely recontextualized. This one, I don't think so. I don't think that works, in which case, it isn't that exciting. It is kind of slow. This might just be one of those films you just want to see once. Although this should, by all rights, be the rewatchable film. It's just kind of not. Anyway, that was my thoughts on this film. I saw a movie relatively soon after it was released, so I was happy about that. I'm going to do a bunch of other reviews for other random pop culture crap because I want to, and there's stuff I need to talk about because stuff has happened. I think that's it. I'm out.